together. All I know
Yeah.
is it was incredibly hot. Or was it August, guys? I don't remember. I think maybe it was July.
I think it was
Maybe.
July, and it was super hot.
It was 100 degrees. The heat index was like 104. And so kudos to all of the people that still made me look somewhat okay, because I was dying underneath. One. Two, it doesn't
you
look
put
like...
on a good act, because I didn't notice any of that.
Thank you. I was okay because there were people that were holding fans on me. I remember feeling so terrible for the people that were holding the fans that were like sweating and had nobody putting a fan on them. And they were like, I'm this close to some cool air, but I'm holding it on this other person.
Where'd you film it? Around Nashville?
We did. I think that's the other part for me that was remarkable, is that it does not, I mean, I've lived in Nashville for 22 years now, and it didn't look like Nashville. Like there were so many parts of that had people asking, where did you film this? I'm like, not only was it not like Nashville, it was about 20 minutes outside, and like there might be 200 people that live in Watertown, probably a few more, but not many more. But it was just this beautiful little spot that I never even knew existed. So it's pretty. And there was about maybe 10,000 crickets that were constantly underneath my dress. That's the other miracle. That I was screaming on the inside, like, but trying to hold it together.
Well, I understand you're going to be a part of the Danny Gokey virtual concerts in a couple weeks.
Yes, I am, and
we're actually going to be involved in that.
Oh, that's awesome! So I'm really
we start
grateful.
Promoting it on Monday.
I'll keep it so honest and transparent, because I don't know how else to be. But I'm really grateful that we had filmed something a little bit before now, because with our quarantine, when he's filming it, I'm not able to do it with him. So live in the moment, but we did have something that we already did. So we're grateful for that. I was like, Danny, because then Bernie got it, which prolonged our moment of being able to come out. Our kids are still healthy. We're thankful for that. But yeah, he's a good friend. And we're still trying to do some of this will be our 5th annual Christmas tour that we do together. And we're still actually doing a few of the dates, which we're really, as of now, again, it changes every day. But as of now, we're excited that we at least get to do some of them and bring a little Christmas cheer.
Yeah, that's good. I will tell you, that song, I've listened to it face to face several times and then seen the video this morning. That's probably one of your best songs you've ever done.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'm serious about it, because I listened the first time I listened to it, about halfway through, it got my attention.
Thank you.
What I like to do when I listen to songs for the first time, I don't focus in on them. I just play them and keep working. And, and I've done that for years. And so instead of just sitting there focused on it, I'm listening, I'm making a futile attempt of trying to listen like a listener, where I'm listening to the song, but I'm really doing other tasks. And about halfway through that, I stopped halfway through the song and I went, wow. So I started it over and then started listening to it exclusively. It's probably,
thank you.
I think it's probably going to be right up there near your great name.
Oh, thank you. Well, the funny thing is it was the very first song we wrote for this new project. And there was a couple of things that were important to me going into the creative process of this new record. Obviously, back in 2017, I had thyroid cancer, and that cancer, which we knew they would get out and I would be okay, but the tumor was sitting on my vocal nerve. So they were pretty convinced that my voice would never work the same way again. And by they, I mean the surgeons. And I think because not only did I come through the surgery okay, but my voice actually came back stronger after the surgery than it was before. It was really important to me to just sing, like sing with all of my heart, because I had just a newfound for somebody who's been doing it for a really long time, there was like a new passion for the fact that I got to still do it. And I think that it's easy to sometimes take a gift for granted when it's just always there. But when the threat of it not being there, it becomes a reality. All of a sudden you have a new passion and a new purpose behind why it would be preserved in such a way. So I think the thing I love about that melody is it just gives you that opportunity. It's the lowest I've ever sang in a song as well. And so I love the range of it, and I love the feel of that melody, which just soars. But obviously it's that lyrical content too, of that feeling that when you write a song, you have no idea how it's going to hit the heart. And then the season that it comes out, you don't plan it. I remember that with King of the World. It was back in 2016. And I just remember that time in our nation, even, it just came, you didn't plan it. It just came at the right time. And you kind of feel, there's a line in this song that's one of my very favorite lyrics that I've ever written with someone. I wish I could take credit for it, but it was my co-writer that came up with it. And it's, my well runs dry, but I've known the taste of rain. And I think that reminder that you might feel dry in the moment, but you can't forget that you do know the taste of rain. You know the taste of God's goodness and his faithfulness, and that it never changes. He's always there, and he's going to keep a hold of our hand until we stand face to face. So yeah, I love the song, and it means so much to me when I hear from somebody else that it hits them in a way that you hope it will.
Well, you mentioned King of the World. 30 days leading up to the election, we were doing a count up to the election and doing prayer every morning at 7 a.m. So on election day, subliminal message for me, after we said our prayer, we went into your song, King of the World.
Oh, I love that. I love that, because I think that more than ever, again, man, I'm for sure not going to get involved in a political discussion. But what I do think is important, at the end of all of this, I was just reading today 2 scriptures that really nailed me in the heart and in the head. One of them was, and of course now I'm on my phone and I can't flip it open to see it because I always get the addresses wrong. But it was, the first one was in the Old Testament in Daniel, when he said, the Lord raises a king up and he tears other down. And it's basically saying, every season, God's in control of every season. Like, he is the one who changes the seasons. He's the one that will lift a king up and tear a king down. And I think it's just that reminder that he's in control, always sovereign, not sometimes sovereign, not sovereign when we get what we want. He's always sovereign and always in control and always has a purpose, no matter what it looks like to us. Who are we that he's even mindful of us? But he always has a plan. And I think that's important. 2 was in the New Testament, in 2 Timothy. And it said that a soldier cannot be overly concerned with civilian duties, but instead has to remember that his only concern is to please his commanding officer. And that word picture from Paul, who's saying, hey, don't get so caught up in a battle that you're not even called to fight. Instead, keep your heart, your mind, everything focused on pleasing your commander in chief, which, by the way, is not the president of the United States. Our commander in chief is the one who the government rests on his shoulders, and his name is Wonderful Counselor and Prince of Peace. And that, for me today, it did something for my spirit, where I was like, we're just getting all caught up in stuff that we don't even need to worry about any of this, because our commander in chief is actually from another place and our citizenship is in another land. So I hope that encourages someone like it encouraged me today.
You know, if you need to make a career change, which I'm not suggesting, you could become a preacher, Natalie.
Thank you. I think I'll stick with singing, but when I get a chance to encourage people like this,
words.
I'll take it.
Those were good words.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'm going to let you go so you can go take another nap and rest. Back.
Thank you so much. Always great to speak with you. I actually look forward to the day where I can come back and see you in person.
Yeah, me too.
Until
Thank
then,
you.
stay healthy and well.
You too, Natalie.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Good to
Joel.
see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joel.
Uh-huh. So you were recording that, right?
I recorded it. I'll send it to you.
Okay,
I'll put it in a Google Wave file and then I'll send it on to you.
okay.
Are y'all still
How you doing, Jerry?
this?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm ready. I'm just ready for regular.
Understand.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to focus in on the things that I have control over every day and not worry about all the noise, you know?
There's a lot of noise and it's exhausting,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. And so, Natalie's words were just kind of hit, right at the right time. I want to post that God is in control of every season. And then what she said about my well runs dry, but we already know the taste of rain. Like that is like, oh, yes, great reminders, because we could get caught up in all. And I was just saying that to my husband this morning, like, we've done what we can do, as far as like with COVID, with the election, with everything, we got to take our hands off of it and not get caught up in the tornado of the drama that, the media and others would like us to, and just focus on what is true and what is right.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, my mom's 85 and she's been in and out of the hospital in Austin, and she's back in ICU as of yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Joel.
So I've been down there twice in the last month, and I spent vacation time down there with her. And I'm waiting to hear back from my sister. I may end up going down there again this weekend to be with her. So
Will they let you go in the hospital?
as of right now, because she's in intensive care, no.
No. Can
So,
you like talk to her? Does she have an iPad in there or anything?
I'm not sure. She was taken by EMS yesterday afternoon. I had an in-home visit from a nurse, and she was short of breath. She's had a real difficult time with blood pressure.
Oh,
And yesterday it was so high, it's a wonder she didn't have a stroke. And if that in-home nurse had not been there, she probably would have.
yeah. Well,
So, yeah,
we'll
she's a
be
tough
praying
old
for
lady.
her.
I mean, she won't give up, and she's going to keep fighting. But it's just, and she's having issues with her stomach now. She now has congestive heart failure. So, I mean, it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
So sorry,
So,
Joel.
Yeah. So it's just the circle of life. It's like when I was down there week before last, I was getting ready to leave, and she goes, I just don't want to be a worry to anybody. I don't want to bother anybody. And I told her, I said,